Just finally, a Sydney-Melbourne fight here. Apparently Melbourne is doing a better job of not moving around as much as people in Sydney, according to The Age today, unsurprisingly, happy to say so. That people in Sydney are travelling more than those in Melbourne since the lockdown orders began. New data released by Apple and Google shows that across New South Wales, people are visiting parks and beaches 27% less than they were before the lockdowns, compared to 75% less when it comes to Victorians, according to Google. Is this some sort of a City of Melbourne badge that you can say? Remember, it used to say tidy towns. Now you can say Melbourne, the town that doesn't move very much.
Yeah, I'm happy to open the batting on this one, Paul Murray. Look, I'll let you in a little secret. Look, people in Melbourne have long suspected that there's a little bit of an IQ gap between Melbourne and Sydney, and look, possibly this does confirm it. I mean, the instructions have been pretty clear: stay home, save lives, and some part of that just doesn't seem to be getting through there in Sydney. I mean, you've got a population that's 20% bigger than Melbourne's. Actually, Melbourne, Sydney about 10% bigger, but you've got 100% more cases in Sydney. And it's because people just aren't following the instructions of the public health authorities. Then you've got things like the Ruby Princess. Then you've got Bondi Beach. Then you've got the NRL going out there saying, let's start playing again, and they haven't consulted any doctors or...
But the AFL says they want to get to 2 weeks when they'll tell us when they'll start to play. The NRL's 6 weeks away.
And they're going to consult with the experts. So anyway, I think it's just confirmed this theory about an IQ gap, maybe a bit of Darwinian self-selection going on here.
Bronwyn, apparently Sydney people are dumber.
Thank goodness for the NRL, I say. But more particularly, Victoria is the most socialist state in the country, and it's only logical that they would see the police state rollout more accentuated in Victoria than anywhere else. After all, you can play golf in New South Wales, you can play golf in Queensland, 2 people properly distancing, but you can't do it in Victoria. I mean, the tendencies of seeing our freedom disappear, I think, is something that really, really has to be of alarm to the Australian people.
All right, Michael, Sydney, Melbourne, you got a foot in both camps?
No, I've got no interest in this subject whatsoever. I want to know when we can talk about Dr. Tedros.